Hello, welcome back to Spare Time Workshop. My name is Orlando, and on this episode we're making coasters, oak coasters with an epoxy inlay. And for some of them we're going to be using the laser to engrave their names. Stick around, you enjoy it. And here we are cutting the dado for the epoxy inlay. Off camera, I cut these boards in half so they would fit on our workstation. I've covered the workstation with a little bit of plexiglass to contain some of the mess if we have any. The next important piece right now is to making sure that our boards are level. That way when we go to pour the epoxy, it's even across and we don't have to worry about any lumps or uneven distribution. Alright, so now we're ready to mix up some epoxy. First thing we gotta do is measure the width. Alright, we're at 0.96, so let's say almost an inch. We already know we cut the dado down at 1/8 of an inch in depth, so now we gotta measure it, and we're measuring at 24 inches or 2 feet. So now we've got to do a little math and figure out how much epoxy we need per board. Alright, before we mix the epoxy, we have to make sure the ends are sealed tight. We're going to use some clear packing tape. Put that on each of the ends. Alright, the goal here is not to make it look perfect, but to make sure it just seals up the ends so we don't have any epoxy coming out. With all the ends taped, now we're ready for epoxy. Alright, we did our math and we know that each one of these boards is 3 cubic inches, which is equal to 1 2/3 ounces. So we're going to round up, and we're going to, since we're pouring 4 boards, we're going to do a total of 10 ounces. Alright, this will give us extra in case some of it sticks inside the mixing vessels. Alright, with such small amounts, we want to make sure we have plenty extra. So what we've done is, we know each one of these is 5 ounces right there at the mark. And we're going to go ahead and mix. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. We're going to go ahead and mix the epoxy. Matthew's here to do some of the mixing and color coordination today. And we need 5 ounces of part B. Alright, we have 5 ounces of A, 5 ounces of B, so we're going to go ahead and pour that into one larger mixing vessel. Alright, now we're just going to go ahead and stir this thoroughly. Alright, 5 minutes are up.
Okay.
So, I'm going to go ahead and divide this up into 4 smaller cups. And now Matthew will mix up the colors for our epoxy inlay.
Hello there. And for this one, I'm going to be showing you how. For the first one, I'm going to be making a perfect gold. Okay, now, and for the next one, I'm going to show you the perfect emerald. Then you're going to stir it. Okay, now, and for our next color, we are going to be making a nice turquoise. Okay, now, and finally, this one is I call the perfect galaxy.
Alright, Matthew, we've got all our epoxy poured. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes and counting.
In 10 minutes, we'll go ahead and give these a light torch over the top, get that heat to burst those little bubbles. Alright, our timer is up. And now we'll go ahead and cut off the ends of each of the boards and peel off the remainder of the tape. Alright, now we're going to give these all a nice sanding, starting at 40 and working our way up to 320. to take our stock, move it up, line it up with the blade. So by lining it up, we can go ahead and get our stop block in place. Okay, so now all the pieces will be the same wide as they are deep. Perfectly square, even all the way around. Alright, let's do some more sanding. Some of the coasters are receiving a special touch with the laser engraver. Alright, now for everybody's favorite pastime, hand sanding. Looking pretty good already though. Looks nice. Brushing on a final coat of poly. Alright, to keep these from sliding, we're going to add a little rubber coating to the bottom of these. Alright, time to apply a little bit of rubber coating. Alright, it's been a few hours, so let's see if this rubber coating has dried. And it has. We're looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and take all these out of the tape. Project completed. And here are the coasters, ready for a good home. That's good.